time they can hire, you know, certain people because they're so busy the rest of the year on vacation at the shore house. So anyway, I decided to take a little bit of a different walk today. But in my dream, the sleeve of my right forearm of a North Face grayish bluish shell that I wear a lot kept flicking on fire. Like I kept trying to put the fire out and it wouldn't go out. And someone was talking to me like, oh, try this, try that. And then somehow I was jolted awake and just kept hearing this reverberation machine or whatever saying pollen, 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 pollen. Forgot about that. Oh, we'll head this way. Now, in the past, some people could see that culmination of events there as a death threat. Dead end, and I'm known as Aunt Sharon. My sister just calls me Sharon. It's not like you call someone's sister. I guess you could, but it's not that common. You would. Technically I'm a stepsister, but I don't really talk to them that much. So I'm also a niece to someone, to a couple people. So there's that. I forgot about that. But I don't really have in-laws or anything. I'm single, unmarried, and so forth and so on. So what's funny is there are people with such small minds. They don't realize there's a big, huge, vast universe out here. And they would think if you say one thing, I'll just wait because it becomes a stream of traffic, and I'll just wait until there's a better opening. So anyway, say someone saw you as a threat even though you really haven't done anything. Say you were a writer and you wrote a blog and it wasn't that big of a deal, and in fact you changed so many, like I had a blog back in 2004 or 5 and I changed so many names that no one knew who I was. It wasn't like I had some major readership, although I got quite a few views because I advertised to all different cities throughout the United States. I put a lot of effort into it. I've worked a lot harder than some people might even know. So I actually, back in the day, you could use Craigslist with more freedom. These days you can't. I advertised, I put out ads out there, but for free. Like I would go under a certain category in Craigslist and I would say, tell me your story about, say child divorce or whatever. And here's my blog, or I would kind of mention my blog name and then they would find it. And people would leave comments from California, Washington, Oregon, New Mexico, Texas, Colorado, Minnesota, and so forth and so on. And so I did get an uptick in readership because I put so much effort into that blog. I saw the blog as a vehicle to try to raise my career a little bit. Because if you keep a blog for a long time, back in the day, it could help you, get a column, a small syndicated column if you're lucky enough to get syndicated, or you could be able to write for certain periodicals or newspapers because you sort of did your own research and you focused on a very specific topic. And in my case, it's a topic that I know about. And like they say, I had a mentor in writing and she said, focus on what you know. That's the best way to go because you have life experience in a certain niche, if you will. So my pursuit of a blog was to find a way to get more writing work. And that's how it goes. Now, some people might come from smaller worlds in Florida or similar, and they don't realize stuff like that, and maybe they feel threatened because you're writing about a topic that they have something to hide about, like say divorce, and maybe people have something to hide and they don't want, they don't want your laundry out there, anybody's dirty laundry. The thing is, if you change all the names, no one knows who's involved in the dirty laundry, of whatever. So whatever topic you're writing about, whether it's divorce or other things. Or skeletons in the closet and stuff like that. So I wondered, because I had my life changed on a dime the fourth Monday of January 2011, and it was really bad. I actually thought I'd be murdered in my apartment. I believed more than 1,000%. So I believed more than 1,000% that I would be killed that night. Like, it was really bad. I was shell-shocked. I was like, the whole world turned into a movie. It was like surreal out the wazoo. It was crazy. Interestingly, what I didn't know is that same week, there was a woman supposedly named Sarah Greenberg, who either killed herself or was murdered in her apartment in Manayunk. And I didn't know that because in my world, there was so much going on. And then I started being harassed. Like, it was like the games commenced. Technically, there were a few events leading up to the night that my life changed on a dime. So I feel like people were testing like what they would do in terms of a setup, because there were a couple things that went on, and it's like, that's weird, and then all of a sudden this big, metaphorical explosion, the fourth Monday of January 2011. Then harassment ever since. This city was a machine of people who learned something really dumb, I'm sorry to say. Normally I feel sorry for some people, because maybe some people see it as a form of survival. Some people might have had to adapt and fit into a certain world a certain way. But other people should know better. Like, there are people I know in good jobs who had the opportunity to have good educations, and they participated in this activity, and it's really embarrassing. It's really immature. And also, it's like these people want to play God, and they're not even close to holding such a position. There are people who never left Gainesville, Florida, and they think they get to play God, and they're not even close. Because, interestingly, some of this activity has to do with learning how to control or direct, or dare I say, puppet other people. What if you are used by someone higher level to help you feel like a leader, and you're not puppeting or controlling anyone at all? In fact, you're puppeted to feel like you're puppeting someone. That's pretty much all of Gainesville, Florida. So, anyway, a point being, I was harassed to death. It was crazy. It's so much quieter today, and I'm grateful for that. Activity can whip up into a frenzy. I forgot, there's my old neighbor lives down here somewhere around this corner. Odds are he doesn't live here. This is a big house. So I have a short video on my other channel, Philadelphia Walks PTSD, of a cat in a window at that house that's like a green mermaid color. So this is red here, blood red, Grosso construction over there. A lot of Italian